Buscarin, I'm back. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder is well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. But there I go, tempting fate, right? Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with these sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlian and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in so doing. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kikiran firewater. I get to pick... yeah, all these are worse, so I'm gonna get 500 gil instead. A simple gift. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the sylphs of Little Solace. This Azema rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the woods safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridania and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Oh, that's nice. Okay, back at the house of the, or I guess like little camp of the Sylphs. Let's talk to Nolexia. A gift from Walking One's Buscarin? A gift for these ones? Oh yeah, here's some Azema rose oil. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscarin and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. I like that idea. Let's see. Nope, all worse, so I'm gonna go take 500 gold. I need the money anyway. Let's see, where is my next store? Here we go. Kamuxia. Hey, this is the one that I started the quest with. Believe in yourself. Oh. Instead of believe in yourself, believe in yourself. I get it. He twirls happily. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. I did, yeah. And the Elder One floats down. Frixio. This is the Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Oh, Wida, or Yida, and Paplamio show up. Paplamio. Ah, there you are, Suikun. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Frixio. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. Paplamio. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? Frixio. This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. Oh, it looks like he's crying. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Now he's putting his hands on his hips. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. Oh yeah, would that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. That was the giant scorpion we killed. Yida. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? It's because you're an idiot. You seem a little dense. Palpamio. Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. Frixio reads the letter. This one sees. So, walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. He puts the letter away. Palpamio. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once. Yet that single occurrence occasioned a great alarm. Yida. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. Frixio. This one well knows and respects Horned One Khan A. Senna. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. Oh, flashback. I see, Ramu, and he's got a fucking epic mustache and beard. Like, holy shit. It is longer than his body, and it is massive, like a giant cloud just coming out of his face. A big hairy cloud. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know how. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did not know how. So this one fled to little solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. I wonder if the, like, gods or whatever, like, I don't know if they're actually gods or just, like, really powerful elementals, if they can really control that power. Like, the ones, I mean, did Lord Ramu just, you know, get summoned? He was like, okay, everyone in my presence, now you're my slaves. Or is that just something that just happens? Because it seems like they do it on purpose. Or at least Ifrit definitely did it on purpose. I don't know about Lord Ramu. Maybe he feels it's the best. I don't know. I don't really know enough about his character to understand, like, his motivations behind that. Frixio. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. Yet he still, like, enthralls his own people, I guess. I don't know. Again, I don't really understand his character that well. So long as walking ones do not trespass on those ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. So it seems like as long as we leave them alone, they'll leave us alone. but this one has spoke enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. And as this one said, these ones deserve peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for the chance to set things right. Palpamio. By way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the sylphs, Ramuh's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. Yida. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? Palpamio. A fine question, Yida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramuh. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. So it kind of seems like in their own way, they're like, oh hey, I want you to be part of my family again, so I'm going to go kidnap you so that, Ramuh can enthrall you, and then we'll all be one big happy family. It'll be awesome. Palpamio. Elder Phrixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Yay, I feel like such a diplomat. Phrixio. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to the Horned One Kan Sana. He gives me the note. Palpamio. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramuh to rest. Yida. That Sylph Elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Palpamio shrugs. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her in the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. They look like they're arguing. Then they turn to me, and Yida looks happy. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minphalia all about it. Palpamio. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Phrixio's missive to Adder's Nest. Elder Phrixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. They bow. Phrixio. The honor is this one's. Together let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, walking one Suikyun. This one has yet to give walking one a token of this one's appreciation. Oh, she summoned a crystal. Like a pink one. When these ones summoned Lord Ramuh, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon walking one as a symbol of this one's trust. The crystal floats over to me. And the screen fades to white. And I'm back in the void. Underneath me is summoned that arcane symbol. We got two crystals from before, the red and the blue, and now we've got a pink one. Its light bursts into the sky and explodes, rains down upon me, and the screen fades to white again. And I'm back in reality. Phrixio looks very concerned. This one was not mistaken about the walking one. He puts his hand on his hips. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. He twirls. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Oh no, my fate is cruel. That's not good. Camuxio. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch Touched Ones. So long as Touched Ones are not troubled, Touched Ones will not make trouble. He like shakes his arms and his legs in a somewhat distressed manner. If Walking Ones witness Touched Ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking Ones can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for Touched Ones, which means the lookout was surrounded by orange text, and so that means I need to do an emote. Okay, back at Gridania, we're gonna talk to the Serpent Commander. Again, the guy that started this whole thing. Ah, if it isn't Suikun. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? It went surprisingly well. They actually want to have peace with us, which is a, nice change of pace. A missive from the Sylphs Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs had no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramuh. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures. And in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources toward tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done the nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. I'm level 39. I'm almost to my next class quest. I want to get more free teleports when I get this one. The Sulphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. Yeah, I mean, they seem nice enough. I mean, that would suck if we had to go murder a bunch of them. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. I'm kind of surprised, I don't know how this works, but being that, we have this echo thing, which makes us, slightly psychic, and that we have these crystals that we're carrying around with us, I thought you could, take one of the crystals and, I don't know, channel energy into it or some shit, and it would, cleanse the tempered ones, or what are the, ones that are enthralled into, Ramuh and Ifrit, and, you think me being the chosen one, I'd be able to reverse that somehow, using a crystal, because everything revolves around crystals in this game. But maybe I haven't tried that, or maybe I just can't do it. I mean, I haven't seen her try at all to, reverse it in any way, shape, or form, but maybe that's just beyond my abilities. I don't know. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Menphilia. Nope, got a call. Hello? Hello, Suicune. Can you hear me? It is I, Menphilia. Yida and Pelpomio returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of the one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet, the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Fortunately, I've got a handy-dandy teleport somewhere. My inventory has gotten surprisingly cluttered. This one needs to be like right there. Oh, here it is. Now that I'm in Vesper Bay, I noticed that there's a statue of a Lalafell? And let's see. I can't tell like what kind of person they're supposed to be having the statue for, but they look like they're having a commanding face and they're pointing upwards into the sky. Let's see, where are they pointing at? Maybe one of the bright stars? Like maybe the green bright star? I don't know. Oh, Thancred moved from his little corner over there. Traipsing around in the woods is hardly my forte. 'Tis only fitting that those two be the ones to assist you this time. Lest you harbor concerns about me and my idle hands, know that I will be busy conducting my own independent investigation, while you entreat the sylphs. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to speak to Tataru. Whoops. I was like, how come I don't have a thing for Minfilia? Well, that's because I'm supposed to speak to Tataru first. Let's go speak to Tataru. Tataru, I'm back. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Suikyun. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please, enter at your leisure. Oh, right into a cutscene. That doesn't happen usually. Alphanod. The guy that's got, like, the white hair, the kind of, like, young, the almost snotty sounding guy. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramuh has finally been resolved. Minfilia. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Alphanid nods. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. Minfilia. How fares the investigation? Alphanod. Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. Benphilia. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Elise quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Alphinaud shrugs. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Elise has chosen to walk her own path. Stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And onto that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. He puts a report on the desk. And walks off. Benphilia, as he starts to walk off and he stops. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Alphinaud smiles. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Just as I'm entering the room, he leaves. We pass each other. He looks at me but doesn't say anything and continues walking off. Benphilia. It's good to see you again, Suikyun. I enter the room. I have been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. You see, Yasholta? I think that's her name. Yida and Popamio in the room. Popamio. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. Yida. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? Popamio. The Lord of the Horror has not answered to his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystal required to call forth their god. As with Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. Shilta puts her elbow on her hand and kind of taps her temple in thought. Yasholta. Oh, Yashola. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. Popamio. It's as Yashola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty what next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Yida looks down at him. Any word on Titan? Yashola. The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend upon it. Popamio thinks. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that has been active in recent times, we are left with... Yida looks excited. Gridania! Wait, I meant Garuda! Who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant. Benphilia. So many mountains to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. Oh, you see Wedge and Biggs in the corner. Biggs. Biggs is the big guy, the big green ogre-looking dude. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? Wedge just kind of looks down despondently. Benphilia. But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs. under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Oh, and suddenly Urangia was there. I didn't notice him there before. And everybody leaves. Leaving Menphelia and I alone. Is there something else, Suikyun? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. Oh yeah, Lahabrea showed up. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think. Tatsu. Eek! Uh-oh. What's going on? Menphelia. Tataru! She runs off to go help her. What's going on? And they follow her. Tatsu's on the floor, scared. Oh, it's one of the sylphs. A sylph? In Thanalon? Menphelia. Norexia. At long last, this one finds walking one Suikyun. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Norexia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Tataru gets up. She kind of like waves in greedy, but she's like still scared and unsure about it. Pleased to meet you. Pleasure to meet you, Norexia. Oh, that was a thing that happened. Menphelia. Yes, Heteru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continues to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. So we can drawn to hope that shines within you. Oh, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. That's not good. Shadow of Darkness. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Suikyun. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that the destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do in all our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. this intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah and inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Suicune. I nod. Swift, the Flame Commander. The Masked Man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Menphilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalon. A brass blade stationed at High Bridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point to you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikirin. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Well, I mean, if he's got something I actually might want, then yeah, sure, I'll throw a couple coins his way. Okay, so we're kind of out in the middle of the desert. Yeah, we're basically just out in the middle of a desert. There's just rocks and dirt everywhere. There's a couple of bushes. It's very dry and very arid here. And here is Hibaru, who is a Lalafell, and is dressed in what I would describe as, like, I guess Arabian clothing? You know, like very loose-fitting, light clothing to deal with the hot air. And he's got a little turban on. It's mostly white with red on the top. And his outfit is like a long kind of cloak. Not a cloak, but like a long jacket with it's like a... Can't tell if that's just really, really dark blue or if that's more of like a black. With kind of like gray sleeves and some red and gold accents. It's actually a pretty cool outfit. I also can't tell if that's a boy or a girl. Hihibaru. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, I mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? I think it's a guy. Let's see, which one is this called? I actually don't know. When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh-endless Beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. Yeah, that's a sunk cost fallacy. If it's not going to go well, then just cut your losses and stop. But it's very difficult for a lot of people to do that. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Which is why you should try to never get down the sunk cost fallacy rabbit hole, because you will bankrupt yourself. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need a business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah! I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. No, I can't actually buy from him. Alright, fine. I guess I will ask other merchants. Like this guy. He's leaning over the rail to a very long bridge. Absent-minded merchant. He's gazing over the ledger. On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him. But only in hushed tones and faint whispers. I mean, that dude is pretty intimidating. It is said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. I mean, yeah, if I were to see that guy, I'd be like, that guy is just all of the sus. Let's go find somebody else to talk to. An impassive merchant. He's kind of just sitting here behind some boxes and a table with some paper on there. Have you seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Fair, you'd probably die. Business is bad enough without a shady character lurking about. Folk have been giving High Bridge a wide berth because of all the Kakairan raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. So yeah, he's scaring everybody off. There should be one more person to talk to. It is Multiloquent Merchant? Yeah, Multiloquent Merchant. I have no idea what that means. Hi, I've heard tell of the Masked Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalon too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of their imagination. But little is known about him otherwise. I mean, that is understandable. He just kind of appears out of nowhere, laughs evilly, speaks in a totally different language, and then just kind of like fucks off. Again, laughing evilly in a, plume of dark, evil smoke. Alright, Hihibaru. I talked to some peeps. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. No, not really. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Kakiran raids are so consistent, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Cool. Where there is smoke. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with mine own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man. I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kikiran appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt. But you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you say? Yeah, that was pretty good. If I could give you money, I would. Yeah, I can't give you money. I'm back, Hihibaru. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? I apparently did. Ward of the Destroyer. A piece of paper. This scroll. It bears a prayer to Rulgur, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rulgur is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It is highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was in Almagian. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Can't. Gotta be the main character. On to Little Alamigo. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo, over in southern Thanalon. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is a favorite destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it is a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her up first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Oh, thanks. So before I go on with the mission, like my main story mission, since I'm level 40, I want to go do my class mission. So I want to go back to talk to Rhea. And the mission is called, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Probably ran off like the child he is. Suicune, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you, but I fear he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent he is to prove that you are unneeded, that he dashed out into the forest all alone, boasting that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers. There is a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson, and yet, as his sister, I fear for him. Relatable. Totally relatable. Would you go look after him, Suicune? Seed Seer or no, he is, in many ways, still a child, and the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to go myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how fatuous he has been. When last I spoke with him, he announced his intentions to begin his efforts in the Bramble Patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now, please go in haste, before some ill fate befalls him. Yeah, that's rough as a sibling, where you're like, you know, you did this to yourself, but at the same time, you could also die. So I should probably save your ass. Hi, dumbass, I found you. Yeah, Arun is kneeling on the floor, panting, because I'm sure he got his ass handed to him. Because of course he did. Huh. If it isn't my sister's favorite adventurer. Come to show me up, have you? Kinda, yeah. Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I am doing just fine. I'm only... resting. Uh-huh. Even if I were hurt and unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it? I can be badass, is what I can do. That's a bunch of, is it wind and electric blades? It makes sense, I ain't gonna look. There's 4 of them. No. Heal myself. Man, I can probably use my hero too. I'm not going to attack that. There was some like random bug nearby that would. Somebody watching? Yeah, I think somebody was watching their fight. There we go. I think that's all of it. Oh, I need to click on it. I was like, why is it not over? Because I have to placate the tree. The tree is sparkling. Arun gets up. His hair is completely covering his eyes. I don't know how he sees through that. His bangs are basically down to his nose, just about. Basically, like, to the bridge of his nose. Huh. Beginner's luck. Uh-huh. You're like, what, 10? If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are a worthy inheritor of the teachings of Master Tawa. He looks down. Yep, there's Rhea. She's got her... Oh, shit. Sister, what are you doing here? Dialogue progress. Let me read it. Son of a bitch. I hate when they do that. Rhea. Seeing to my pig-headed brother's safety, what do you think I'm doing? For better or worse, it would appear you suffer only from bruises to your leg and your pride. Ah, Rune, for all your abstinency? Abstinency? Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna go with that. Shut up. I know that deep down you are no fool. No, you are wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I the dire fate that will befall Gridania if we do not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventurer is not Pajal, that is true, but what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer. You know this. Tears shine in his eyes as he looks down. Arun, I do, sister. He just kind of slowly walks off in shame. Rhea, oh my dear Arun. What are sisters for if not to forgive their little brother's fits of folly? Yep. Now, Suicune, I believe the most important task of all still awaits us. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. And she walks off as well. Oops, I didn't mean to speak to the Muggle. Or Moogle, I mean. Why, I've served Reo since she was a little girl, no bigger than me, Kupo. She has matured much since the calamity. Her brother Arun, on the other hand, I mean, he's still pretty young, I guess. Rhea, Suicune, thank you. I knew it was only a matter of time before Arun came around to reason. And yet, his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is a good day as any for the telling. The tale begins some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of the endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce, and warmth scarcer. The histories hold many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival. But once awakened to its convenience, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt, and nations warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power, to rain destruction upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world has seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. That is, white magic. Our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there can be no dawn without the night, the white and black are but 2 sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused, with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of aether, threatening to bring the blight to the land. The magic of healing? It makes little difference. If used with no concern for the ether, our magic could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that the practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception. The Pajal, our kind, were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that their great power would never again be misused. Though he's still young, Rune feels the profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus, his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the three of us united in place and purpose, you and your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore the Twelve's Wood to its former state of harmony, we must truly be one of heart, of our mind. It is to this end that Tawa Kant has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, Suikun, and let us mend the wounds of the wood together. And I got Cure 3. Nice. Cure 3 is pretty good. Tawa Kant speaks unto you and grants me new magics. Let's see. Restore HP of target and all party members nearby. That's cool. Okay, back to my main quest. I am in a very dark cave. I actually don't like being in this cave because it's so dark and difficult for me to navigate. There's little tents dotted around here and little fires where people huddle around cooking food, pots of stew and stuff. Alright, let's talk to Hihira, who is also, unsurprisingly, a Lalafell. She's also quite cute. She's got a white and blue robe. Her hands are just kind of clasped neatly in front of her. She's got somewhat dark skin and white hair, and a white bandana thing. Oh, there's my friend. What's up? Alright, let's talk to her. Hihira. Why, yes, Hibaru is my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with my family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells. But one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with... Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Alright, Gundabald. Gundabald's a big dude. Not like orc size, but, big dude, kind of dark-skinned, white mustache. Pretty impressive white mustache. Long hair for a guy in this game that I've seen so far. It's like not quite halfway down his back, but it's past his shoulders. Long white hair. He's also very gruff, if I remember. Who are you? State your business, and be quick about it. What's up? I'm Suikyu. I'm the main character. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. He shakes his head. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Oh, alright then. T for 3. I need to find where my next quest is at. Yeah, here he is. Let's go speak to a flame commander. He's got kind of like a dark blue top with red pants. T for 3. Well, met, adventurer. I'm Giselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? I can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are likely to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalon tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. People do like free stuff. Getting free stuff does make people a little more amiable. I want to see where it is on the map. Because I don't like navigating this cave. I get to go outside. Alright. Oh, I guess they said they were standing watch outside. That's right. Here's a guy. Osric. Yeah, Osric. That was a D&D thing, wasn't it? D&D Osric. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Got you some tea? Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. I mean, I think, considering that we're in the friggin' desert, it's probably just the soul-crushing heat. That's my guess. Because I can tell you, when it's just that freaking hot outside, you just don't want to do shit. Here is a flame private named Angry River. Okay. You there. Are you in Amalja? No? Then carry on. It's like nothing to say here. Here's some tea. It's got ice in it, probably. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalon. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, stands 10 foams tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a murmur's fart. Okay, I mean, fair enough, I guess. I mean, the masked man, though, might be a little more, dangerous than some lizard dudes. Yayazuku. Yeah. Yeah, Yayazuku. Shoo! Shoo! Don't bother me! If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you! That was a little Lalafell, dude. Here's some tea. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was the man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was he was talking with some Alamajans. I assumed he was one of them. Okay. I get to ride on my friend's chocobo. Alright, back with Gilzabert. Gizelbert. Whatever. Ah, you're back. So, did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamagans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. This might be what I'm thinking of. We have to, like, go around and talk to everyone, and I was stuck on this quest for a while last time, because, again, this place is not easy to navigate. Foot in the door. So, you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamajans' trust, and the best way to win their trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking and all da, but the Alamajans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundabald belongs to the Alamajan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Okay, let's see. Oh, I gotta go all the way back to, yeah, I gotta speak to Minfilia, so I gotta go teleport back. Yeah, I don't think my friend got the buddy teleport when I teleported using my free item. Enter the Waking Sands? Yes. Minfilia, I'm back. Welcome back, Suicune. How fares the investigation? There's the asshole I need to be my friend. I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamajan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamajans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation. It just so happens there is an Alamajan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. And none of these options are good for me, so I'm going to take the money. I gotta remember that I'm level 40, and the level I'm supposed to be, according to this, is 26. So yeah, I'm slightly above level. Meeting with the Resistance. Your Alamajan comrade is named Heribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Heribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Kind of go this way. Yeah, this is the storage area where I was here probably at least a couple of videos ago by now. I think there's more people in here than there were before, because there's like Yida, Papamio, Noraxia's in here. I don't know if Heribert was in here last time. That short mage lady's still in here. Urange changed places, but he's still in here. Biggs and Wedge are in here, though. Huh. Heribert. He's got a white loose-fitting shirt. You know, kind of like the type you'd want for, you know, hot blistering sun. Loose pants, kind of like Aladdin. And he's got somewhat long, but still short, like spiky hair sticking up. And he's got dark sunglasses on. And he's got a little short, trimmed mustache and beard, I believe. If it isn't Suikyu and Astromom, the Scion's rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? See, what happened was, you wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamagan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Corrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Since she's right over here, let's just teleport there. Albreda. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. I know Heribert. Heribert sent you? Grr, that worthless whore son. Yeah, whore son, that's what it says. He abandoned his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean... I realized Harry Burt was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. See, I got a weapon coffer, so let's see if I got anything decent out of it. Probably not. Because again, these are like level 26. But maybe. So I think the last time I actually upgraded my weapon was the last time I got a weapon coffer. Nope, still sucks compared to what I have. Yeah, I don't know why, but it still sucks. Because this one's level 29, that's why. I need to sell my crap. Oh, here he is. Mefred. So Mefred is basically just kind of standing on a little ledge looking at, I don't know, I guess the people of the town. He is wearing no shirt. He's got, I don't know, like leather straps wrapped around his torso with some kind of metal thing, like metal insignia. He's got black dreads, basically, like lots of little braids and stuff. And he's dark-skinned, and he's got dark brown, loose-fitting pants. Alright, Mefred. Killing him softly. I'm Mefred, a proud man of the Almagan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Some dude runs up. Also dark-skinned, he's got black hair tied in a little, very small little ponytail. And basically shirtless as well, same as Mefred, and the same dark brown loose pants. Captain! It's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Oh, dang. He stomps his foot and raises his arms in the air, yelling. Gods damn it! I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarry Mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Lahabrea. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. Nope, I almost fell down the cliff. Oh no. I'm back. Lahabrea. One of Mefred's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly, I do. They're my countrymen, after all. But that'd mean going against the elemental's will. How? I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlie, the Hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. I don't know why giving someone medicine would go against the elementals, but okay. Charlene. Charlene is, as a hero, you've got the typical mage outfit going on, and it's blue. You wish to aid Almagans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer. But I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders be they babes at the breast of men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have... What? Alright, hold on. This authority belongs to the elementals, the eternal guardians, all outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamajan's petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Even has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. So, there's a dude dying of an infection. The hearers, like the elementals, do not want them to get the herb or whatever to heal the infection, I guess. Nephrid. And he is super pissed again. That's how it is to be, then? The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon himself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. I mean, I can understand. I mean, since I'm a white mage, I can understand both sides, where you don't want to piss off the elementals, but you also don't want to see people die either. I mean, we're healers. Helping Horn. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hells, Gillian can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. Nephrid. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. I do. Yep. You are a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar. There's at least one woman in this place who'll give a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscarin, would you? I actually would. Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horn over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Pheromond here. God's speed. I do know that guy. He's a pretty good guy. What's up, Buscarin? I am back. Ah, Suicune, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. I am doing pretty well for myself, actually. You've got something to show me. Yeah, here's some, like, antelope horns. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Almagan friend once used it to treat my festering wound, years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Almagan soldier in Quarry Mill? Heh, so it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Well, that's a nice one. Alright, let's go talk to Pheromone, because he's the one I'm supposed to give the medicine to. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? I do. Mascarin is pretty cool. Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. It's gonna be a lot of pressure. Guess I'll take his money, because the gear was the same level that He ain't heavy. Nephrid. Adventurer! Galleon has gone missing! He's nowhere to be found! He shouldn't be walking about. Not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's likely to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albrita, maybe be at the woman's, might be as the woman's seen something. Who the hell just lets a friggin' wounded, infected man walk off? Albrita. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Corrymill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. And it reads, My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Al Amigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped the folly myself. You knew the fucker was injured and dying. What the hell are you doing? The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong. He's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. I mean, that kind of sounds like that was the point. Like he wants to hasten his own demise so they can stop worrying about him. Mephrid. Out in the wilds? Alone? That fool! That great big sentimental fool! My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Okay, so I found Galleon kind of inside a little cave. Like, we had to go outside, now we're in a different cave. It's a much, much smaller cave. And he's just, you know, on the ground, panting like he's about to die. Watch out! A goblin! I think he made a dead goblin. What goblin? I don't see no goblin. Oh, he's stumbling around like he's about to pass out. Mephrid. Galleon! Galleon. Captain? But why? You should all be on your way. Mephrid. Who do you take us for? We're Alamagians, and Alamagians never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamagian soil again. Together. Or not at all. Do you understand me? Kinda hangs his head. Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. It's like, oh man, that sucks. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at the Corrymill. He was like, just wait until you're healed enough for me to kick your ass. Jeez. Great. Meffred. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take onto the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Let's see. Nope. Take the money. Come highly recommended. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything, and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo? That's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundabald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He is intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. Gundabald, why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. I got a letter for you. You spoke with Meffred? It has been so long since I last heard from him. I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. The bear and the youngin's cares. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trysts. Trysts? T-R-Y-S-T-S? Trysts? I don't know. But they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obligated to talk. Oh, here's the part I don't like. So I have to go around and talk to everyone in this very confusing cave. Waldar. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Alright, what about you? Adelind. Gundabald sent you? Listen. I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. Let's go find some more people to scare into giving me information. That's really the other part of the cave here. Some very tight corridors. Let's see if they're down here. Yeah, here's a couple of guys. Siegfried. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have. But I'll be sure to tell tell my friends you're looking for him. I don't know about that. Talbot. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious, like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble, mark me words. Yep, yeah, that guy's definitely trouble. Okay, so now I gotta report to Gundable. I think it's gonna make me wander around somewhere, though. If I remember correctly. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about the masked man. This is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Not would do, but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Hermfing. Wilrid wants you. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wildred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundabald, and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. So found Wildred outside. He's in... I hesitate to call it... armor? I mean, it's technically armor. But if there's a lot missing on his torso. For it to really be proper armor. Like, I don't think there's armor over really his heart so much. I mean, if someone shoots an arrow straight in the middle of his chest, they're gonna hit something. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping around? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Corel got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her! Alamigan youth. No, they're attacking me. Beat up for dudes. You're stronger than you look. Yeah, I get that a lot. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it, we'll reclaim our homeland. And he ran off like a little bitch. Great. Gundabald. Attacked by Wildred and his cronies? That they would go to such lengths for the sake of the plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are likely to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Let's see. Oh. Oh wait, this one, I was gonna say this one's better, but I also can't wear a hood. I mean, I can't wear like a hat or something with it. But it is pretty significantly better than what I have. Not good enough to be better than my glasses, so. Monies. Big Trouble in Little Alamigo. Wildred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundabald. Oh, some questionable person. No, a lady walks up. Bertiliano? Oh, Bertiliana. Gods preserve, what happened? Bertiliana. I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they... She starts sobbing. The whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Gundabald. Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Did they rape her? With how bad she's crying, I'm like, huh. Bertiliana. Wildred. He saw me outside. He was so angry. I'm guessing they did, yeah. Gundabald. I must tend to Bertiliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, with how, loyal these people seem to be, if someone raped, someone in my family, they'd be fucking dead. There'd be, oh, let's be rational about this. Nope. They're fucking dead. Rational went out the window, but they decided to go rape one of my family members. Alright, ascertain the youth's intentions. This is where I got lost for a long time. So I don't think I see anybody here. Unless I'm supposed to just talk to these random people. Oh wait, here's a thing. In a corner. Let's see. Map of Zanrak. Let's touch that. See what my friend says. See, the minion from the airships and most of the submarines got added to a special rewards box from the armies. Everything else in the airships and submarine is crafting, housing, or a few exclusive minions and music scrolls. Cool. So I guess my guild is working on crafting something or other. Okay, so I got whatever is needed in this area. Okay, so I did most of the other things for this little mission here, and yeah, it sounds like they raped her, because people said things like, after what they did to her and all that stuff. I'm like, damn. Not many games go there. Oh, I found Wildred. Oh, mighty Relgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength, and put an end to the suffering of your people. Oh, he notices me. Is he, like, praying to a rock or something? It's hard to tell. I think he might have been. It kind of looks like there's something carved on the rock, but it's hard to tell. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppose us ever again. Oh, you're trying to summon your primal. That's probably not going to work out well for you. Alright, so... gotta speak to Gundebold. Yes, I'm riding a horse inside a cave. Gundebold. Gone? The whole lot of them? This is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? Well, here's a blunt hunting knife that I found. See, countless years of use have seen the blade dulled and nicked and the haft worn smooth. And also a Zanrak map. A detailed map of the Amalja stronghold in southern Thanalon. What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wildrick spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods! This is rank madness! The young fools are untrained and unblooded. Yeah, unblooded. Unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They are headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Alright, so I found Wildred and his men in front of a bridge. There seems to be 3 dead guys on the bridge, 2 injured guys behind Wildred, and Wildred is not looking so hot himself. Oh, gotta leave party. I hate when I gotta leave party. Especially since I don't have any kind of AoE skills, and a lot of these missions require AoEs. Gundebold and a couple of his men run up to them. Wildred, did no others survive? Wildred hangs his head and shakes his head. Wildred, this is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Gundebold, pull yourself together, lad. Wildred, we were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him. Just the masked man, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizard men's cash. But they caught us and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Question mark? Heathens! You shall pay for your crimes with your souls! What did Shang Tsung show up? Oh, the Amalja. The, panther lizard dudes. Gundebold. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. He draws his spear. For all the failings, they are the hope of the Alamagan people. This hope I will guard with my life. We all ready our weapons. Forgive us, we only wanted Excuses will keep. I know, right? Wait until you're all not dead. Oh yeah, I probably need to focus on healing. I'll take a doozy. He might be a healer, so I have healers living. I said I want him to die. The whelps must pay for their crimes. Come, ye blessed our Lord's breath. I was wondering why taking this particular guy so long to die when he should have killed it this They're kicking my ass. Party. I mean, since I have to be my own little instance, I don't know why they can't be in my party. It wasn't meant to end like this. Did I win? Or did I lose? It says quest battles. Quest battles. When a powerful enemy is readying a special attack during a quest battle, the area of impact will begin to glow. Leaving the glowing area before the attack is initiated will ensure that you do not suffer any damage. If an NPC has joined you in a quest battle, he or she will often provide you with hints displayed in a special text box near the top of the screen. Heed their words as you may just emerge victorious. In addition to reliving of past events and the understanding of unlearned languages, the Echo can provide you with extra strength when a battle turns sour. If happens to be defeated during a quest battle, when you return from a second attempt, you'll find that your attributes have been given a temporary boost. Oh, I sucked and lost. Alright, it turned out very easy. Just fucking get over with. Skip cutscene. Try it again. I must have been killing the wrong guys or something. Or maybe Gold Bulb might have died. Let me kill everyone except the guy I was killing. Maybe I wasn't supposed to kill him then. Yeah, these other guys are going down way easier. Now this is going on. Of course, I also am put on very easy. Put on bitch mode. Also, why? Adventurers, stay close to Wildred. I can't even see Wildred. How the hell do I stay close to him? Someone needs to get healed. Damn it, I still failed. Son of a bitch. Because I think Galdebolt died. See, you're not very easy. I still friggin' lost. So I gotta make sure that Galdebolt doesn't die. Skip cutscene again. Once everyone crowds around I'm gonna just focus on him and not do anything basically. that guy. Yes, he's already doing most of the shuffling. I want to keep focused on him. Again, if you fuckers were in my party, I'd be able to heal you. No, I think you lost me. There's so many people to heal. Holy crap. Again, if they were in my party, this would be a lot easier, but I have to manually select these guys, and that makes it a lot more difficult. I would help DPSing, but the second I stop DPSing, I'm going to die. This hard. You almost have them. About fucking time. Jeez. There, criminy. And that was on very easy. Gundabald. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wildred. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Gundabald. Have you learned nothing, Wildred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? Wildred's taken aback. What? No one said anything about... That masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar. He swore. Gundabald. Enough. I will hear the rest of the story tale... I will hear the rest of this sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Suikin will wish to hear it as well. He hangs his head. Oh, he's in trouble. Gundabald, and Wildred standing there with his head hanging low. No more lies, Wildred. Tell us everything. Wildred nods. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralgar, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Gundabald. Listen to me, Wildred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. Wildred. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. He kind of quickly walks off. Gundabald. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Gundabald. Would that we have more information to offer, but what Wildred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to this creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Alright, gotta speak to Memphilia. Let's teleport back. Teleported back to the Waking Sands. Let's head to our little hideout. Memphilia. Welcome back, Suicune. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of Lahabrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Ascians would employ. While many of his ills that ailed the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. Teteru shows up. All work and no play makes Menphilia a dull scion. Menphilia, Did you say something? Teteru, nothing, my lady. She runs off. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Back to square one. Friggin' awesome. By now you're probably starting to realize why this takes so freaking long. I just said how many quests and it really didn't do anything. Like, I don't feel like I really made any progress. I mean, we just confirmed that Lahabrea is going around, tempting people, trying to get them to summon primals. But that's about it. So, yeah, a lot of this feels like there's no progress being made, and that's kind of what makes it so hard to go through this story. Terror at Falgard. While you were tending to business in Thanalon, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting Lahabrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Lahabrea's trail once more. Neuraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Suicune. Alright, let's go into the storm room and go find her. Alright, Neuraxia. She's kind of in the back corner here with Yida and Palpamio. Wait, Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Medrid has an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Medrid. Digging One is to be found at Fulgurd Float in North Shroud. Okay, so I am inside... Where am I? I think I'm inside some kind of tavern. And because there's a... Yeah, there must be some kind of tavern or, like, restaurant. Because there's, like, 3 tables in here, a few chairs. There's a lady behind a desk and a guy behind that. I don't see any alcohol, unless that's in the barrels, but... Yeah, so we're in, like, a tavern. And there's these 3 people sitting at a table. And we're gonna go speak to Medrid. I think Medrid's female? Question mark? Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I looked death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrid is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, oh, it's a guy, he might remain calm long enough to hold a conversation. So, soothe was in red, which means I need to use an emote. I just, like, pat him on the back, like, you're okay. He stands up and he wipes his eyes. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible. That's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. You need some therapy? I can help you with that. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. That sounds like him. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Oh, I fought one of those before. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman, one glimpse was enough to tell that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. Oh, I think he thinks he saw the Angel of Death or something like that. What? You're investigating the same masked man? One of his companions stands up, a woman, who looks like she's dressed in, like, just typical brown leather. Looks kind of nice, though. Aideen. If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. And their companion, who is Elysian, who's got, like, the elf ears, also clad in basically head to toe of leather armor, but he's wearing a handkerchief around his mouth. He's worried about COVID. And his name is Averalt. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Meldred's hysteria ever again. It's kinda callous. The dude saw a friggin' mauled woman. Medred. Alright, teamwork. That's what we want to see. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. I mean, that's understandable. Let's speak to Aideen. Ziz is so ridiculous. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt the answer's that simple. But for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Aideen, I'm back. You've already seen to the Ziz? Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Rock of Rancor. There are no Rancors in this game. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whispers that, after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rocks southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. The fuck are they talking about? This bears investigation, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. Get a little thing about using items. Okay, so I'm back with the stones, but I see that there's 2 story quests. One that I can turn in, And I guess one that I can start with a Varult. Seeing eye to winged eye. Let's start this one. There is something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medred's paranoia. But I, too, have seen the winged eyeball. Me too, I actually did see one before. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Alright, so it's Ideen. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Found your rocks. I need to do something about my inventory. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. But I do have another lead, though. A Varult. A monstrous Banemite appeared. And you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Maybe Medred's got some insight. Power of deduction. There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. He looks to his companions. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. Everalt. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It was implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. I mean, yeah, the Banemite was like a giant scorpion thing. Medred. But you and I were malms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banemite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? Iverald. There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Ideen stands up suddenly. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. All of them gasp. Oh, gulp. You're like, nope. Oh no. Medred, I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the experts. Ideen, yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Iveralt, while I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. lest you have forgotten it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you would want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Athelomir, Serpent Sergeant. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? I found a corpse of a lady. I didn't do it. Gods be good. Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. They even, mess up her face. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any, sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of... He kneels down. This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or is that of an organization, perhaps? I also kneel down. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Power of deduction. Secret of the White Lily. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Mother Mione. Good day to you, Suikun. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. No, unfortunately. I hand over the button. Know anything about this button? Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You would have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Ethereorite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Alright. Bernadette. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Here's a white lily button. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Seingold, over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a four-name basis. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear. But whether aught to comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Here's a white lily button. Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to Gentry's ward, northeast of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursando, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say I can tell you a thing or two about it. Let's go find him. Alright. Your sandal, yeah, he's sitting on a bench. Your sandal looks like he's wearing a kind of like a butler's outfit. He's got like a black suit on with white gloves and a white shirt underneath. He's got short, kind of like tidy kept hair, kind of, and slightly dark skin, and he's got the Elysian elf ears. Your Sando. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Do you know anything about this white lily button? The sigil of the Dartancors family. How is that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face? Was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. No, really, do tell. Skeletons in her closet. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartancors. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld a disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, that kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. She began the rites of rejuvenation. He looks distraught. These rituals seemed innocent enough. in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. Damn, dude. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hockey Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Damn. He gives a graceful bow. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hockey Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done.